or good afternoon, wherever you are. This is JJ here in front of San Diego Comic-Con, Special Edition 2021, and 2 hours before the show opens after a very long 2 years plus for people wanting to come to the show, including myself. So why am I here, you ask? Well, like last night, I will tell you. So I'm standing here just outside of the Tin Fish restaurant, and I'll bring some relevance to that in a minute. And this is across the street from the convention center, and I'll show that in a minute as well. And behind me there, you can see the sign on 5th Avenue there, 5th Street. This is the foothill of the legendary Gaslamp district in downtown San Diego. So I'm gonna show you a few things here, but first I would say take note of the buildings behind me. All right, the one right there is a restaurant called Lou and Mickey's. It's very expensive, but very good steakhouse. And then the one over here, over my other shoulder, I believe is the Hard Rock Hotel. And what's different is for a regular Comic-Con, that is for the full-blown summer Comic-Con International San Diego, those buildings would be just covered with ads, banners for different pop culture happenings, TV series and movies and such, and not just these buildings, but all around town. And I'll kind of show you the differences as we pan around. But I think what I will do is I will start by flipping the camera around. And like I say, flip the camera around. There we go. So that is across the street. That is the convention center. And you can't really tell through all the fencing and whatnot, but that part of the convention center is like Hall F, G, and as you get into the distance there, Hall H. And as a lot of you might know, Hall H is typically where all the big panels from the movie and TV studios are. And not so this year, being a much smaller con. It is largely vacant. In fact, it's being used for badge pickup, which I just did. I'll take a break for a minute. The sound you hear, yes, there is a train coming. It's likely the city trolley, which is a pretty handy mode of transportation for people coming to the show. I'll stick around for a moment because oftentimes during this show, like the buildings, like many of the buildings, the trolleys are also adorned with different colorful ads for different events, be it a TV network, a show, or what have you. So here comes the trolley now, and you'll see in a second that this year it is not dialed up. It's the normal San Diego City Metro Transit system, I guess they call it. Yeah, your old run-of-the-mill trolley, but hey, trolleys are cool, right? So that will undoubtedly drop a lot of people off to the convention center. So anyway, back to business. So yeah, that's Hall H in the distance. There's another trolley coming in. I'm going to pan over. And I don't know if you can see in the glare of the sunlight, but looks like there is on that back trolley that you can see there's something in white. I think that's probably just a run-of-the-mill ad. not Comic-Con related. I imagine they get ad revenue just like a lot of business people do. So anyway, I'm going to continue to pan to the left here. And what you're going to see is the front. Oh, you're all right. What you're going to see is the front of the Tin Fish restaurant. That is actually one of my favorite places to eat down here. More on that later. But what you might be able to tell is in front of the Tin Fish is a setup for the NBC show La Brea. And that's this year's theme for the Tin Fish. And every year they typically do a different tie-in for a different show. They've done shows like Blacklist in the past. They've done others I can't think of. The Gifted, I think, was one that was on Fox. So as you might be able to tell, you know what? I can zoom in on this. Let's do that. So yeah, so that's the setup. So there's people, as you can see, there's people waiting in line to get a photo in front of that. I don't think I'm going to get in that line, but I would like to have lunch behind there when I'm done. Zoom out again here. Yeah, Tin Fish is awesome. They have as you might guess, seafood that you can't always find back home in the Midwest. So, all right, I'll show you something else. Excuse me. This tall building here, that is the Omni Hotel. That's where I'm staying, in fact. And this hotel is typically one that is also plastered in different ads for whatever. I pointed that out last night on my video that I did from the pedestrian bridge. Last year, or 2019, I think they had like The Simpsons on there, covering all the windows. It was kind of cool, but that's the different vibe down here this year, folks. It's there is some buzz in the couple hours remaining before the show. There is some excitement from the people who are down here. Quite a few more people have shown up since the time yesterday. Being Thanksgiving and all, I think a lot of people flew in later in the day. I did see more would-be attendees last night in the lobby of that hotel. Yeah, normally this area would be packed with people just milling about, waiting to get in and all. Not that there aren't a fair share of people around right now, but this is a totally different vibe than most years. And to give you all some perspective, what I'll show you is, if I zoom in here, if you see that pedestrian bridge in the background, that's where I did last night's video. So just to get the lay of the land, as I often say. So let me try to zoom back here. All right, so anyhow, continuing. So, as I pointed out before, that building behind the hotel down L Street, this is what we're standing on, is the San Diego Padres Petco Park. That, of course, is vacant. I shouldn't say vacant. Off-season. It's just shuttered for the winter. Although, as I've also said, Comic-Con has used that venue for events in the past. There's an online, pop culture site called Nerd HQ that has set up their HQ in there during Comic-Con. And another event set up a zombie obstacle course. I mentioned that last night too. They did that for a couple years. That was a lot of fun. Anyway, let me move on here. Pardon me. So across the street, that is the Hard Rock Hotel. That site that's over on the right in this frame here. Hard Rock Hotel has often been used for outside events. Probably some exhibitors actually set up there instead of the con because it's much cheaper. Pardon me. And often they just get squeezed out. A lot of would-be exhibitors couldn't set up in there even if they had the money and wanted to spend it because it just fills up so fast. But no such thing this year. So this building on the corner, that is not the Hard Rock. As I pointed out earlier, that is a restaurant. No boo, never ate there. But that place is also often decked out. But again, not this year. So if you look up Fifth Avenue here, this is closed to vehicle traffic, wisely so. This is probably a lot more like what the city is like on a normal weekend, at least more typical to a normal weekend than a typical Comic-Con. I mean, there might be, it's still early on a Friday, so there's not a ton of people, but, you know, I've never been here when not for Comic-Con, so I've never seen this town when it hasn't been gearing up for the show. So I imagine this gives a better idea of what it looks like. I'll zoom in. You can look down Fifth there. And this is the historic Gaslamp sign. And as I mentioned on my Facebook, what I think is cool is coming from a northern climate, to see Christmas decorations, no matter how subtle, in a nice climate, it's a treat. It's a nice to be out and enjoy the holidays without being all bundled up and whatnot. So anyway, moving on. So that's Lou and Mickey's. Like I said, very expensive, very good. All right, now if you see where these trolley tracks go, all right, there's not much to see in the distance, but if you look down kind of that walkway there, where all those people are coming and going, that is called the MLK Promenade, and that's an outdoor area that has also been used in past years for some exhibitors. Amazon Prime always sets up there. Again, not this year. I don't even think they're set up at the show this year. But Amazon Prime AMC has always set up their so-called The Walking Dead quarters, which is kind of an interactive thing. Fans can check out some fake movie sets in there. I've done that. It's pretty cool. But again, there's none of that this year. Although I haven't strolled down there yet for this show. If I get the chance, maybe I will, but I don't believe there's much to see down there. But it might be nice just to take a nice little walk. All right, panning around. Oh, those two buildings there, that is the Hyatt. That's often the site of the so-called official hotel of the convention. I have stayed there in the past multiple times. Not this year, but it's a fun place. Oftentimes there's programming there as well, but again, I don't think this year. And then as I continue to pan around, you see the rest of the convention center. Goes all the way down to Hall A, which you cannot see from here. And back around again. So yeah, this is the scene, everyone. Couple hours before Comic-Con opens. It's pretty exciting. It kind of belies the more laid-back vibe from yesterday that I thought was thanks to the Thanksgiving holiday. But it's still pretty cool, and I'm really happy that I got to come back. So one observation here, when I picked up my credentials, this convention does make you prove vaccination status, which I did. And you need to be vaccinated or have a negative COVID test coming down, or at least going inside the hall. So this is one rare opportunity where there are walk-up badge sales. So if there's anyone in the area seeing this and you want to make a last-minute call to come to Comic-Con, this is your year to do it. But just remember, you got to be vaxxed up or get a negative COVID test. So that's it for now, folks. I'm going to try to do another video later today, probably around maybe 4 o'clock, 4:15 this afternoon local time, so that'd be 7 o'clock, 7:15 Eastern from inside. However, historically, I have Wi-Fi issues inside that building. Usually doesn't stream too well, so I may end up just recording a video and posting it later. But if I can go live, I will, and I'm looking for that again to be somewhere around 4 o'clock, 4:15 Pacific, 7 o'clock, 7:15 Eastern. So that's it, everybody. So hope everyone recovering from your food coma from yesterday and enjoying all your Black Friday stuff. And don't spend too much. I know I'm going to try not to in there. And we will I'll try to share some more this afternoon. So thanks, everybody. Have a great day and take care. See y'all. This is JJ, live at Comic-Con. Bye.